The Las Vegas Raiders will be without 3 starters in this upcoming matchup against the Arizona Cardinals. Andre James, the center of the Raiders, has been ruled out with a concussion. He had a concussion last week against the Los Angeles Chargers. And also, Trayvon Merrick, the free safety, is also going to be ruled out with a hip injury. And in addition to Merrick, Denzel Perryman, the linebacker who went to the Pro Bowl last year, will also be ruled out. Not too good for the Raiders on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball. So what is going to happen in this upcoming game? This means that, the rookie, the 3rd round pick out of Memphis, Dylan Parham, will get his opportunity at the center position. And hopefully Derek Carr has built enough chemistry with Parham throughout the training camp, throughout preseason, throughout practice to have that chemistry. The worst thing that you want to happen is a muff snap, a messed up snap. So we'll see how the rookie fills in with Derek Carr. And it's kind of good because that Parham this whole time has been cross-trained at center, and so I assume he's had multiple snaps and opportunities with Derek Carr, but he's going to get his shot. And the thing about this that makes it a little more complex, a little more interesting, is it depends on, how great does Parham do? Like, if Parham does really well against the Cardinals at center, do you keep him in even if Andre James is available the next week? We know Parham is on that rookie contract, and Andre James, if I'm not mistaken, his deal ends after this year. He's going to have to be re-signed after this year. So it is quite possible that you do see Parham being the future at center for the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, at the safety position, this is why you get a lot of depth and you sign some veterans in case of an emergency, because the fact that Trayvon Merrick is not going to be available means that you're quite glad you went out there and signed Duran Harmon. Duran Harmon was signed in free agency, the veteran guy. He's going to be filling in at free safety for Trayvon Merrick, so you'll still have him there. Then you have Jonathan Abram. We saw Roderick Teamer get on the field as well, the strong safety, last week against the LA Chargers. So perhaps he could be in the mix as well. But good thing we signed Duran Harmon. Solid depth at the free safety position for the Raiders, and I like the fact that we grabbed this guy. Now with Denzel Perryman, this means that Luke Masterson, the undrafted free agent, the linebacker, will get some playing time in this upcoming game. The question is, in the sub defense, when you only have 2 linebackers on the field, are we going to see Luke Masterson out there, or are we going to just see Jayon Brown, Divine Diablo? That'll be something interesting. But when we're in the base defense, clearly going to have 3 linebackers out there. Luke Masterson's going to be in the mix. And the thing about him is this guy had the green dot in preseason. He was the one getting the play calls from Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator, from the sideline. So he has some experience doing that in preseason as well. So maybe this can help him in the regular season, filling in for Denzel Perryman. Big shoes to fill, but hopefully Luke Masterson, the young guy, the undrafted free agent, could come in and deliver for the Raiders. Now, the Cardinals are also without some players. They're without Andy Isabella, the wide receiver, and they're also without Rondale Moore, who was out last week as well. Obviously, they have no DeAndre Hopkins. He's been suspended for some time, but it does seem like J.J. Watt will be able to come back. He seemed positive about his prospects of playing against the Raiders and appearing in Week 2. J.J. Watt did not appear in the Week 1 matchup against the Chiefs, and Trayvon Mullen seems like he's been practicing limited Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, did not have a full participation. But when you're looking at the cornerback room of the Cardinals, they need some help. You're probably going to see Mullen out there for the Cardinals if he's good to go, and it looks like he's good to go. Just ruled questionable along with JJ Watt and the center Pooh. So the Cardinals aren't any more banged up than we expected them to be. It's just the wide receiver position, the fact that you don't get Rondale Moore back, the fact that Andy Isabella is still out. So that's an issue for them. But defensively, they are getting some players back in a sense. So maybe that can have an effect on this game. I think the Raiders are still in good shape to win this game. They have some solid depth at the places where they're missing players. I think Derek Carr is due to bounce back after having a rough performance, really based on just some boneheaded interceptions in this Week 1 game. Hopefully the Raiders bounce back, because there is a key statistic that you cannot forget. Of all the teams last year that went 0-2, none of them made the playoffs. So this is a must-win game for both teams, but for the Raiders especially, being in that tough AFC West division, they got to come out on top in this game. So now that we know these injuries, now that we know who's ruled out, let me know your score predictions for this this game? Who do you think is going to win? I still think the Raiders are going to win this game. I'm going to go out there and say it's going to be 20-28 Raiders. That's the score I'm going to give it. Let me know yours below. Like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the Raiders Rundown for more Raiders content. My name is WiFiWillie. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.